Hey guys, it's Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin, and tonight we're going to smoke the Golden Viking tonight. That's right, Filthy Viking just went golden. And let's get started.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Alright, so tonight we are going to try to smoke this Golden Viking, and I gotta be very careful with this because the gold leaves are not that stabilized on the cigar itself. So hopefully it works out. So we have Joseph, we have Raphael, we have Matthew, Jocelyn, we have Sherry. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are smoking something. I know Sherry is probably smoking something because she have some event today, right? I saw those pictures. There's a lot of pairing and stuff going on with her. So we have William W. Yes, what's going on, man? And we have Brian Alka. What's going on? So if I'm moving around a lot more today, you gotta kind of excuse me a little bit because I did went to chiropractor, and then my whole body's kind of sore right now. But show had to go on, and we'll continue to do whatever we need to do to smoke something anytime, all the time. That's what it is. Finishing out Espinosa. Okay, I really need to get myself some Espinosa because I haven't tried any of them yet. So what happened today is we have a spare Filthy Viking just in case the Golden Viking was unsmokable. If the Golden Viking is unsmokable, I'll go back to smoke the regular one. So how did the X-ray go? I went to take the X-ray. Obviously there's some adjustment needed. They call it the first phase, 10 years of shifting that needs adjustment. But I don't plan to go through that 39 sessions that the doctor has recommended. So I will go once in a while, and I just do more stretches, and hopefully that gets my bone back to shape and stuff like that. So not a big deal. I didn't have any problem until I smoked that cigarette last week. Alright, that cigarette killed me. One cigarette made me feel pain and ache. Not good. So yeah, stay away from cigarettes. Hey Joseph, Sparaccio. Alright, so now let's cut this thing and light it up because it's so shiny. I want to get it to it. I really want to get to it. So you gotta see a lot of flaking of this cigar is because the only way to get the gold leaf onto the cigar was to glue it on with cigar glue. So the cigar glue has a little bit on the surface too to hold it together, but you gotta see flaking because of a really thin layer of cigar glue is also on it. Or else just me touching it will pretty much rip that gold leaf on it. So this is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna try to cut this. I'm thinking to cut it straight cut because the way gold leaf is weird. You guys see me eat gold the whole time. And I can't tell if it's gold that falling in my mouth or it's the cigar bits. Yep. Here we go. I can't tell if it's gold or it's cigar leaf. How do people get this? I don't know. Let's get lit it up. Yes, Joseph, that holder was perfect. Ooh. Now, I'm not the first one that came up with this idea, so if somebody else can get it to work, I'm pretty sure I can get it to work, right? I hope. Nice, nice. I can smell the burn. I can smell the burn. I don't know if this is doable. You know, but for science. Now, if tomorrow I turn blue because of metallic poisoning, you'll know why. But gold is one of those elements that doesn't hurt human beings. So, I mean, you can eat gold without any problem. So I don't think that's gonna hurt me at all. So I'm gonna smoke it. Okay. Well, let's talk about the cool part. First of all, if you burn this gold, it kind of turns copper in the front. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. The burn mark turns copper orange. It's kind of cool. The taste, you taste that extra burn. I mean, first of all, there's a lot more bits on this one. Still tastes like filthy Viking with a little hint of dryness. It's not even like metal taste. It's like dryness to it. So I have to see what that really comes to about. I don't know. Okay, you do taste a little bit of like mineral. I can't tell you what kind of mineral it is. It's kind of weird. It's like a dry mineral. It does like taste like licking a quarter. You know, it's not really a taste, but it's there. Now, my biggest problem is wondering if this is gonna burn all the way through, or is it gonna fall off? Is the ash gonna continue to burn? These are the questions that I have because I don't know how that's gonna burn into. I mean, gold once it melted, it's nothing. So we'll find out. Yes, you will. Well, the gold slag is actually just a little bit of leaves in there. They're usually in the bottom. They don't come up unless you like really shake it and then dump it out. So I actually have gold sake. I should really bring that down and drink that. But just in case I get metallic poisoning, gotta keep down the metals a little bit more. So I'll keep that on the down low. Once I know I made a gold wrapped obrigado short round today. As you guys probably already saw the picture. So if this thing, I survive through this thing, then I'll do that one and pair with some gold stuff. I have plenty of gold. I have gold plum wine. I have gold sake. I got plenty of gold stuff I could try with. So we can do that. That's totally fine. Question is, how much gold is safe to smoke? Hopefully this will last. I don't know. It feels like it's gonna go off. And it burns funny. So, how's everybody's day today? I mean, it's Wednesday, it's hump day. There's, you know, we didn't have the best weather. It's still cold. It is still cold and kind of drizzle a little bit. I actually did went to the doctor this morning too. It's a long day. It's a long day. So I actually sat down and just thought about the OG numbers and stuff like that. You know, I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna wait anymore. People that's already signed in for it, I'm just gonna assign everybody the number now. So you know, if you haven't got a number, it's because you didn't sign in. If you got a number already, it's because you did sign in and you get a good number. Hopefully you did get a number that you actually like. After all, it is random. I try to not put too much thought about the number, but just put it down, because I know some people would rather have certain numbers other than the number they get. But you know, it's best if I just randomize it. It's the easiest way to do that. So I got that set up. And I also put together the spreadsheet that we gotta use to raffle the winner for the the Cigars for Warrior raffle. So that's gonna happen most likely Saturday. I wanted to get that done. So we will do a live raffle here. I'll show it to everybody that we're running it, and that way we can go through that. And we are gonna do first, second, and third prizes because now we have more stuff to give out, so we can actually do first, second, and third prizes. All right, the fire went off. So yeah, with the gold on it, it can't burn well. It does not want to burn. It does not want to burn. Round 2. If this doesn't continue, I just go back to a regular Filthy Viking. But we're trying it. We're trying it. For science, but it does taste very metallic now. I can almost taste that. Like I almost feel like I'm sucking on a coin or something like that. It has that taste to it. You know, it's almost like you know, using drug. You know how you gotta cook cocaine and stuff on top of aluminum? It's almost like that. But this is gold leaf, so it just tastes kind of metallic, not really. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to just stay lead. It just wants to go off. So I wonder how people was able to smoke that one, because Joseph did find the picture of the other company that first made the gold cigar. If it doesn't want to keep lead, I don't know how people smoke that particularly. Because I can understand when the metal is on it, it holds it, it doesn't allow it to breathe. Can only do so much, right? But you know, good cigar deserve to be gold wrapped. At least do it one time, right? Run with at least one time. We'll see if it continues to burn as well. But then I can tell that the smoke is dying again. No. Doesn't want to stay. Doesn't want to stay. So let's go back to that thing we're talking about. So the raffle will be Saturday. The egg roll smoke along party will be on Saturday as well. The egg roll is so short, so I don't think that it's gonna take that much time. That's why I think that we can run the raffle together on that day. And with first, second, third winners, and I'm gonna try to send out those Cigars for Warrior stickers for you guys too. I didn't count how many I have, but you know, one single stamp I can send it out. I'll just do that. Other than that, if you have the OG number, you can request. If you're the OG number, it is your right. One of your benefits to request a hoodie, t-shirt, and tank top with the logo in the front, your name in the back, and the number in the back. So some of the members already had their request done, and I already made it. So Bob the Cigar Guy, Martina Maya, I already have theirs. Okay, it's a choice between black and white. So, and they will have their link, so they can always go back to that link and purchase it whenever they feel like it. To replace, to get it, to whatever, they will have those just for them. And the OG member, every single OG member eventually will have that, and hopefully, and you just have to let me know how you want your name displayed in the back, because some people have long names, some people just, you know, as your name gets longer, it has to be smaller to fit. So some people will just put their last name on it, some people will put the entire name, some people just have first name, some people will put nickname. But you gotta know that if you gotta put nickname, it must be a nickname that's known to us. Alright, so like for example, if Daniel Cruz wants to do the Punisher, I will let him do that. We'll put Punisher on it. If Ben wants to do Panda, we'll do Panda on it. If Sherry wants to do Ash Queen, I'll do Ash Queen on it. You know, it has to be a known nickname for the group, then I'll do it. So yeah, if you want to get your own, just tell me how you want your name to appear, and I'll do the rest. And I'll send you the link, and you just have to click on the link. It's all in there. That is that portion of it, and the ash went out again. So we can't smoke this one. Now it's official. You cannot smoke a gold leaf cigars. Not possible. Doesn't work. Hey, Michael. So I'm gonna cut the end off. Ooh. And I'm just gonna keep it like this because you can't smoke it. So I'm gonna keep it like this because you can't smoke it. And we're gonna go straight to a normal Filthy Viking. Dan, what's going on, Dan? So yeah, you missed the try to smoke the gold Viking. It does not want to stay lit, so we can't smoke the gold Viking anymore. We gotta go to a regular Viking. To be honest, I should be smoking something else. But Viking it is. Actually, no. I'm gonna put this back. The reason I put it back is only because make a gold pendant out of it. How do you make a gold pendant out of it? You know how much gold you need to make a gold pendant? You cannot do it out of pure gold. 24K gold is too soft. To do a pendant, they usually require either a lot of gold or alloys. So it would be 18K gold to make that shape. Hey, blue collar. So we tried to smoke the golden cigar. It doesn't work. So I'm gonna smoke something light right now. I mean, easier. I'm gonna smoke the Davidoff Nicaraguan. Small. Only because I have it right in front of me, staring at me for days now. So I want to smoke it. I'm gonna get that metallic taste out of my mouth too, so. So good! Alright. Right away, coffee, cocoa. Very smooth. A little bit of bitterness. The chocolate bitterness is good. I like it. A little bit of oak. Not really oak, but like wood. So, I like it. I like it a lot. For those people that never tried this Davidoff Nicaragua before, I recommend you to get the smaller size first. The big size is overwhelmingly strong. Okay, the big size really has that has a lot of nicotine. Will get you sick. So I really recommend you start with the smaller size. And when you start with the smaller size, you will be able to kind of gauge what size is best for you. And for me, it's either this smaller size or the Corona. They have Robusto size too, and Toro. And Toro was way too much for me. Like, and the box price even more stronger. So if you want to get a good experience out of it, start with the smaller size and then keep going up from there. So I was gonna address something. I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, okay. So the Plasencia cigar thing that Joe has posted earlier today, a couple hours ago. I just want to make sure you guys know that I talked to the guy at Davidoff about it. So it's an event release, okay? So I'm pretty sure you don't have to go to the event to be able to buy that cigar. So it was released on that day, so May 2nd. So I wouldn't know how much it costs until May 2nd. Now after May 2nd, I asked him how much it costs to get whatever amount, and then I'll let you guys know how much it costs. Then we can do that. I do want to ask, does anybody else rather do the group buys? This is a lot of work. All right, Joe. I'll talk to you later. Take care of that first. Hey, Mitch. So yeah, I don't know how much that costs yet, and it's not released yet. It's released on that particular event. $50 to get in, you get 2 cigars and some food, and then I think they have a sponsored alcohol of some sort for $50. But it is a night event too. I think it's like 6 to 9 p.m. or something like that. So I obviously can't be there. I can only try to get the cigar afterward. Yeah, so I can only get the cigar afterward, and I can't get it right away. I tried to ask how much it is. He does not have an answer for me. But it looks good though. It's Plasencia. When it comes to Plasencia, I think it's just simply expect it's gonna be like $15 to $20. That's usually what I expect Plasencia is gonna cost me. Especially for Davidoff. You know, Davidoff doesn't like to sell cheap stuff, right? In a way. So if they gotta carry something exclusively made for them, usually it does rack up the prices. So I would think that it's gonna be between $15 to $20. Just keep your expectations be around that price. If it's cheaper, then even better. But you know, that's gotta be around the threshold, I think. Oof. The threshold for how much that cigar is gonna cost. And you know, obviously I'll ask some more when I get there on April 20th. Okay, so I'm gonna go there April 20th and see if I can get more information on that. You know, once, yeah, we're live. If I can find it, then I'll let you guys know for sure. Because you know, Plasencia cigars are good. We know that it's good. Most of the cigars are good. The few things that do have to watch out for is if you're new to this, it's kind of strong. Plasencia cigars are strong. They are not for the faint of heart. they're not light cigars. They're not light body. They're usually medium plus and up. So it's most likely it's gotta be a pretty strong cigar. Oh, I can't wait. I can't believe it. We're still a week away. I'd love to drive up like right now. That's how much I want to go. I need to drive up right now. But you know, my body's sore, so I guess it'll be pretty good to wait till next week, I guess. Hey mom. Hi mom. You know what's really funny is the first time I was on TV, I'm not actually on TV. I was actually a translator on the phone call, on a call in, for the girl that's on TV, who is my friend. So I end up being her translator over the phone. So first time on TV, I'm actually not on TV. I didn't even get to say hi, mom. So yeah, those who enter late, we did try to lit up the golden Viking, and unfortunately, I think it's because the gold leaf, it doesn't breathe that well, so it didn't want to burn. And it keep going off. So you can see, like, you know, the metallic part just, you know, it just stays. It's metal, so if you melt it, it should melt it. So this is what I think, okay? The other gold leaf cigar that you see is actually not all gold. So it's probably gold printed on paper so that it actually burns off. What I put on there is actually pure gold. So it doesn't want to burn, it's metal. So yeah, I didn't want to burn. So I learned. I'll go buy cheaper gold next time. See if that will burn better. It should be safe to inhale it only because gold is non-active, it's non-cancerous. You know, we use gold in our fillings. We use gold in our joints. We use gold parts. We can eat gold, so it's actually not toxic, but it doesn't taste that good though. So I think if you want to smoke it, don't use pure gold. Use like gold paper or something like that. I don't know. I had to do more research on it on how to make it so it's smokable, because I did see some people smoke it before, and theirs burn. I would think that, you know, if it's pure gold, it should burn. It shouldn't burn that well because it's metal. Metal doesn't like to burn. So, gotta figure out a way. But for now, it'll be on my display. Either on my display or something. I don't know. I don't know what I gotta do with it. I don't have another tube to put this in, but we'll figure out. Everything for science. Everything for science. Sometimes you pay for science. Here, I have this thing that I was thinking about it, you know, while I was driving today. You know, because lately we talk about the FDA want to control cigars, and Robert Rubio is trying to, you know, protect the premium cigars, right? And I was driving, and I was like, you know, all these laws try to protect it. But what if we say the cigar is for religious practice? Now you can't tax it. You cannot tax religious practice. They gotta argue that, you know, smoking cigar is not religious at all. But, you know, let's just take the whole sentence away, okay? Because, you know, usually right away you will want to say, you think it's not religious? I smoke my cigar religiously every day. But let's just talk about this, okay? Back before Americans even smoked tobaccos, the Native Americans smoked tobaccos, right? And all the other indigenous places smoke tobacco. You can find cigars as back in Egypt. Those things were smoked by like the top tier priests or oracles. They smoke it and they go and then see, I see sights, I see the future. So it is religious, right? What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? In a way, that is a practice of religious material. You know, granted, I don't know what else they smoke because they can see weird things. If you watch the movie 300, that oracle isn't smoking tobacco. I don't know what she smoked. But, you know, the tobacco is used for religious practice, ceremonies, and celebrations and all that stuff. So technically, you can say, to protect my religious freedom, you can't control tobacco. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I wonder why we couldn't. All right, Dan. Talk to you later. I wonder why we can't, you know, just simply say, you know, that's. I could write a bunch of letters that says, you know, you're taking away my religious right to practice religion. But we just had to find a religion that's known to do cigars. I don't know. I wish I could do that. I would totally get audited tomorrow. Not that I don't get audited enough already. I do get audited. Not as much as Donald Trump gets audited, but I don't get to admit my tax 48 times. But if I do that right away, I will get audited. Had to have an actual religion, or you had to invent a religion of some sort that has enough believers. I don't know what their calculation is, but then you can be considered as a proper religion if you have so many members of some sort. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe something that we should write to our governors and mayors and senators, House of Reps, about that. It's like, you know, I consider cigar as a practice of religion, and you guys shouldn't be able to regulate it or tax it. Imagine they decide to tax whatever. Yep, I mean, I'm not insulting any religion, okay? But I know that if you like if you're Christian or you're Catholic, I think it's Catholic. When you go to the church, they feed you a sip of wine and a bread that looks like chips. Imagine they decide to do 40% tax on that chip. You wouldn't be able to practice it freely. It's too expensive, right? Imagine they decide to tax wine 40%. Just so, and then once you go to church, you really need to donate to that church because very soon they won't be able to afford that wine. Jesus' blood is too expensive now. Jesus' body, very expensive. You can't have him. Sorry, son. Gotta walk away. Walk away. We have replaced that with Pringles. Here's a. Please put it. You know, here you go. In the Pringles in your mouth because we cannot afford the bread anymore. That was bread, right? I think that was bread. I had it one time. It tastes like nothing. So. It went back to my nose. So yeah, I was driving and I had the thought of it. I was like, why didn't we just claim it to be a religious practice and go out with it? That was grape juice. I didn't get to drink it. I was told that was wine. So, and then it makes sense because people say, you know, the wine was representative to the Jesus blood and the bread was Jesus' body. So it was like drink my blood and eat my body kind of thing. I don't know. Legal issues, maybe legal issues, but yeah, if it's practice of religion, I think I know that there is like a law that's related to that, whereas you're allowed to feed your kids alcohol so long as it's part of a religion practice, because you know, if you're a Christian, whatever, you go to church and they feed alcohol, and that's a sip of alcohol to the kid. Well, technically, you fed minors alcohol, so that part of it is exempt because it's part of religion. So shouldn't cigar be exempt because it's part of a religion? I think that should make sense. If enough people say it, sign a paper on it, maybe that could be it. Have you ever heard about a guy in Kentucky that calls himself shaman and uses ayahuasca? What is that? Ayahuasca? For religious purpose. I don't know what ayahuasca is. I mean, you can use anything for religious purpose so long you can claim it as a religious purpose, and as long as it's not a controlled substance. So yeah, it is wine. Okay. Ayahuasca. I don't know what ayahuasca is. Some sort of drug. But yeah, I think that is there's room to squeeze that in, basically, you know, to say, hey, cigar is our religious practice, and you know, blah blah blah. Can you, hallucinate? Yeah, but then that's the thing. There's a lot of hallucinogen was used back in the day for all the oracles to see things, right? To see things. That's why, you know. That's why they were the oracles, right? They had to go, and then they see something. They're like, I see. You have a Smeagol running around, and he will be your demise. You know, something like that. I don't know. It's a hallucinogen that gets people off drugs. So you gotta go on drug to get off drug. about that. That's a weird way to get people off drugs. But you can get hallucinating with a lot of things. You can hallucinate off alcohol. You can hallucinate off smokable goods. You can get hallucinate off simply eating too much salt. You can hallucinate. So. I see. You use it for another other stuff. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. But if people can use such crazy things like that, why couldn't we use, you know, cigars for it? Ibogainen. I don't watch Vice. Yeah, I wouldn't know that. But then, you know, it's the same concept. It's the same concept overall. Like in the end, that's the same concept we're talking about. You know, using substances that government want to control, and they call that religious practice. So why couldn't we use this as religious practice? You know, should we just start a religion and then fight the government with it? I think we should. The smoke output in this cigar is so good, it stays, lingers. So yeah, I think we should. I mean, we should at least write a letter, you know, to see if there's any room to consider that as a religious practice, because I mean, I think there's a lot of fighting going on in terms of the whole concept of cigar, but then none of them was research based. None of them research based. I mean, the Robert Rubio thing, he went in there. Marco Rubio, I'm sorry, I keep calling his name Robert, I don't know. It's Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio keep going there and say, I don't know why did I keep calling Robert. It's Marco Rubio. He keep going there and say, you know, it's for the survivability of the cigar industry. But why isn't anybody going there argue there's no science saying that it's bad for you? There's no science. If FDA themselves saying that it's next to none, going there and say, if you had to control cigars, that means you had to regulate sugar too. Because there's research of sugar killing people. There's no research of cigar killing people. So without the proper research, how will you control and tax a substance? That doesn't make sense to me, right? You know, for FDA to regulate it, it doesn't make sense because there is no health concern or health issue that's immediately proven. Whereas things that will have immediate proof that's bad for you does not get regulated or controlled, right? Sugar, potassium, salt, minerals, they all can kill you. Too much salt will kill you. Too much soy sauce will kill you. You know, there's plenty of homeopathic diet that will kill you. There's, you know, too much of anything will kill you. Salmonella will kill you, which makes sense. But then chicken is not really regulated. You know, how to store chicken is, but chicken isn't regulated, right? What else that can kill you in terms of food? Carbohydrate, too much of that will kill you. Too much protein gives you protein poisoning, so that will kill you too. All that is scientifically proven, and there is actually documented. They are documented in the medical journals, but none of those were actually controlled. None of them were taxed for certain reason, except tobacco, which tobacco itself, without additives, don't have that much health concerns. You know, the Native American been using for centuries. Have you heard like a Native American just massively dying and together because they all smoke tobacco? Not that I know of. People in Cuba smoke cigar all day long. They don't have a massive record of massive record of people dying of cigar smoking. In fact, I see a lot of old people there. There's quite a bit of old people there that smoke cigar. I think you're more likely die from choking on water, drinking bad water. You know, yet the the Flint, or is that the city called Flint? They still don't have clean water or something like that, and that's okay. But that's okay, but Cigar is not. How does that make sense? Absolutely makes no sense. Absolutely makes no sense. So, I think we need to do something. Write a letter to the Congress or something. GoFundMe. Should we do a GoFundMe to do a legal action against the government? What do you guys think? Do a GoFundMe account, hire a lawyer to sue FDA. What, you think that will work? What do you guys think? You guys think that's a good idea? You guys think that's a bad idea? Let me know. Because I think that would be kind of cool. To take action. Like, you know, they are the offensive, we're on defensive. Turn around. We can be on the offensive and they can be on the defensive. There are plenty of tobacco lobbyists, right? Plenty of tobacco lobbyists. Why can't we be FDA? Why can't we be FDA? That doesn't make sense. You know how many people smoke cigars? The amount of people that smoke cigars is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And all of them are still pretty good. I don't see there's any, you know. I would think cigar would be bad if one day Arnold Schwarzenegger come out and say, I smoke cigar all the time, and then I got sick and I'm gonna die. You know, something like that. No, he smoked one. He turned around and said, I'll be back with another one. Right? Doesn't make sense. So, I mean, instead of hoping our government doing something, I think, you know, it would be nice if we take action on it. At least I think it would be nice to take action on it. There we go. Anybody else smoking something right now? I know Sherry just had something earlier, so that's probably done, but is anything else? Or is that no one is smoking anything right now? By the way, if you are on the video right now, make sure to click likes. That way it helps us to spread this video to more people. And I think one day we'll get there. We'll get there with enough members that we can sign a petition for them to not tax. People are still getting sick. The weather this year is just ridiculous. I can't believe how bad the weather is this year. And I was complaining about long snow days. Even long snow days are not as bad as this. We have some severe wind warning. We have brush fire warning. We had you know, long cold days. Everybody's fighting off a virus. I hope you guys all be ready. Well, I'll be ready for Saturday, because I'm looking forward to smoke the egg roll. And don't forget, the egg roll, the Chinese thing contest still on, okay? If you guys doing anything Chinese at all, anything Asian, I don't care Chinese, anything Asian whatsoever, you should hashtag Chinese things, just so that I can find them easier. If you already post something, you should go back and fix it too. Everybody's getting over something, huh? Yeah, my joints are sore. Like, I feel like everything I move, it just doesn't feel good. Every part of my joint sores, like this sore, this sore. But my arms are getting better though. It was like to a point where I can only raise this high, but now I can raise this high. So that's a good thing. egg roll. I'm staring at the egg roll every single day now, and I really want to smoke it, but I don't want to ruin the fun. So I am being very patient, staring at the egg roll, just saying hi to the egg roll every single day, but just had to very, very patient. Very patient. I can't just, I want to open it up and just smoke it, but I can't. I have to control myself. Control yourself, Tony. Control yourself. Do not smoke it. Let's move to the next topic. How many of you actually saw that patch post I showed to you guys? It was bad, right? The patch post was bad, right? If you agree, the patch from 1 to 6 was significantly worse, that they deserve to go bankrupt, type 1 in the message. Put 1 in message. Because I had it with them. I was really, really angry. I was like, you guys wasted my weeks after weeks after weeks and give me this? A rookie mistake? That number 6 was bad. The first one was better than the 6th one. And the first one, I wasn't happy with it because you can see, if you look at closely, that that it has little red threads coming out, and the words wasn't that clear. It was kind of linked up together, which I didn't like. I don't think that, you know, a lot of other people had good good lettering, like they look clear. So why couldn't, you know, ours look like that? I was angry about that. I was very angry about that. And so what happened is I called them, and this is what they say to me, okay, over the phone. I was so angry. I was like, you know what, you guys are wasting my time. My time is way more than this whole entire project. And then I want to just cancel this. I want to stop this project. I want my money back. This is what they tell me. Oh yeah, if you want your money back, we have to take 20%. You get 80% back because we already did some work. And then that money goes to paying for the work that's already done. And I was like, you are out of your mind. If you don't return my entire money, I will sue. Because you guys, you said you take 20%. 20% is this is what you give me. You give me junk. Alright? If I'm not satisfied with it, I can do 100 proof and it wouldn't matter. Centauri Toki, yeah. You know, for Saturday I should drink something too. You guys give me junk and you guys want to take 20%. Is that how you cheat people? Is that how you cheat people? I was like, you know, if that's the case, don't give me money back at all, because my lawyer will get it back. And so they're like, okay, we'll process it. So they say we'll process it. It will take 12 business days. Not 12 days, 12 business days. 2 days to get approved, 10 days for the bank to return it to you. I was like, you think I'm stupid? The bank does not take 10 days to return my money. You guys took my money from day one. It doesn't take 10 days to post a transfer or a return. I'll give you guys 6 business days, but not 10, not 12. So like, oh yeah, we'll do the refund, blah blah blah. And I go, at this point, if you can't do anything, you should escalate this to your boss, because if you don't, when your boss get my lawyer letter, he will ask you what happened, and he will listen to this particular phone recording, and that I already advise you should escalate this issue. So they did. Some lady calls me back at afternoon sometime, I don't know, right before dinner. And basically she said, oh, because your patch is 70% threat. So you know the patch you can do 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. 100% stitching means the entire thing has a stitching of something. And 75% means the part that doesn't have anything, they just leave it, so it's the same. And so whatever the background is, they leave it. And I had 70% coverage on that one. And she said, because you didn't do 100%, it doesn't look right. I was on the phone. I was like, you must think I'm stupid. You must think I'm stupid. Because I don't have I don't have 100% coverage. Your stitching is going off to the side. We're not talking about things that are in the middle. We're talking about things going off to the side completely. All right, circles are not circles. Lines are not lines. Words are attached together. It doesn't even look the character that original mock-up it was. Compared to this picture to the original picture, tell me if they look the same. Not even 75% same. She said, no. If you upgrade it to 100%, I promise you the next one is gonna look good. Did she just try to upsell me? Did she just try to upsell me? Ridiculous. So I tell her, is that, you know, I don't believe you. I don't think 100% is gonna do any good. But what? Oh, but since you're on the phone already, send me a mock-up of 100%. If the 100% is still not good, return my money immediately. Because I'm done arguing with you. It's wasting my time. I know. My group is waiting for this patch, and I do not want to wait anymore. So so yeah, she say, okay, I'll send it out, and you should receive an email soon. Now, I think that's what, a day and a half, 2 days now. Still have not got an email. I still have not got an email. So I'll wait until the end of next week. If that doesn't happen, I'm gonna send them a FedEx letter. They will love it, because I don't like it when manufacturers give me the wrong rounds. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's not acceptable. So the main point of this topic is that I want to give you guys a heads up. If this doesn't go through and they return my money, I am just gonna go ahead and try to make the lapel pins instead. How many of you actually prefer lapel pins? Because I can't imagine everybody wants the lapel pins. I think the patch is actually more user friendly. You can attach to anything, but lapel pins are just tiny. So I don't know. Do you guys prefer lapel pins? Either that, or we'll save it for next year, sometime next year, to do something else. Because I feel like we did a lot this year. Like, you know, it's only April. How many items that we already released? Phone, like swag. Literally, we have a whole range of swag by now. It's a lot of swag. So I tried to see if we can cut back a little bit, not to do so. So I mean, originally when I first started to do all that stuff, is that I think it's gonna take a long time, because they all tell me it's gonna take a long time. So I wanted to get a heads up, you know, kind of thing. Like, let's get going early, and then we'll get somewhere from that. But it seems like because they were all around the same time, they get to a point where they stack and about to release at the same time. So at this point right now, I feel like, you know, if it doesn't work out, maybe we either stop it for the rest of the year and try to make something different next year, or we'll continue. We'll just go to do the lapel pins. And just so you know that the OG stuff is not just a hoodie, okay? The OG stuff will be available as hoodie, as t-shirt, as tank top. So you'll be able to fit your weather, however the weather is, because I know that hoodie season's almost over. So some people just want a t-shirt that has front and back. So when I send you the link, you'll see all three. That gold had left a little bit of like mineral taste in my mouth. That's Doesn't taste too good. I mean, I can taste it as I go, and I start to taste that metallic taste to it. I don't know. There's gotta be a better way to smoke a gold cigar. I'm pretty sure I figure out a way. But yeah, I was hoping that to work, but then it's got to a point where it's taking too long, and then every time I send it back, it gets worse. Every time I send it back, I want to correct this, I want to correct that, always gets worse. And this is what happens when, you know, you cater a manufacturer, that manufacturer caters another Chinese company where they cannot understand the editing that they really need to do. So I don't know, maybe I should just change to another better brand or something like that, pay more on it. I don't know. But what I was thinking is that because we only have the current logos, right? These logos right here, and obviously the group one. I don't want your entire cave look the same, right? You wouldn't want everything look the same with the same logo. So that's why I was like, maybe we should take some time off on making new stuff. We'll wait until next year. We'll design an upgraded version of this logo. Whatever upgrade we can do, we'll change it a little bit. And then we can have the newer logo stuff. That way, there's variety to our swags. What do you guys think? Do you think that would be a good idea? And you know, if this doesn't work out, we just wait till next year and not make any more new stuff other than the t-shirts and OG stuff. Because I want to keep the OG stuff the same, because the OG stuff has meaning to it. So OG stuff should just look that. But the new stuff, maybe we should consider new design and stuff like that. For example, the lapel pins, if I do make them, I don't want it to look round. I want it to look almost like an omega sign. So the bottom is straight and then just skull on the top. So they don't always look round, you know, and not everything will look round. I wanted to make some changes to that. So the things that we have is somewhat different, but the same. Just how we gotta go about designing that. And obviously, I already kind of have in mind that, you know, how we're gonna do the first anniversary goods, which we'll probably do something really nice, something with more shiny, because I like shiny stuff. Shiny stuff is cool, so I'll make it more shiny and all that stuff to hopefully stand out more than the original stuff. You know, you gotta upstage the previous year, right? So you gotta do that. So that's what I was thinking. All right, cigar went off. Let's go with the Davidoff Cigarillos. I'm trying to basically smoke something minor so that I can totally enjoy by the time we get to Saturday. Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of swag right now. A lot of variety, a lot of different ones. So I think, you know, that's good for now. And if any of the stuff that we gotta do for the rest of the year will be try to allow everybody else to get the rest of the inventory, because I have a lot left and it's literally sitting here. I just wanna, for the people that didn't have the opportunity to get them, to have the opportunity to get them. Obviously, it's not required, so some people is not gonna get everything, or some people is not gonna get anything at all. So that's totally fine. But we just had to get to end point so that the original stuff can be finished, so that we can have new stuff. New stuff is good. I like new stuff. So, and obviously, I also had to find a better way to do group buys. Now, we already have a few group buys. Do you guys have any, you know, suggestion, comments on those things that we already did so far? Do you guys like the way it's organized right now, or do you have any problem with it? You let me know so that I can think about how we can improve that process. Because right now only I'm doing it, and I can tell you there's a lot of work. All right, place the order. writing out all this the envelopes and collecting money. Collecting money is hard, and I always feel bad that I have to remind people. I say, hey, you know, your stuff is here. I need to send it to you. When do you have time to pay for it? All that stuff. I don't really particularly feel good doing that. But like, you know, so how do we improve upon our process? You know, obviously, Goodbye works well for those people that has some trouble getting them. You know, I hope the people who got the Opus X enjoys it, because it looks nice. I didn't get one for myself because I'm not particularly an Opus X person. I figure it's something that, you know, eventually, you know, if I wanted to smoke it, I'll trade with someone, but I didn't need to buy one right now. But I hope you guys enjoy the process. I hope you guys enjoy being able to get it in such a small quantity, because they sold by box. They will not break it apart. But so far, with the process that we have right now, do you guys have any suggestion, comment, critiques? You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Because you guys are, you know, are the roots, like we say, the bone and blood of this group. And you know, if something can be better and done better, I definitely would love to hear about it or know about it. You know, there's always room to improve from based on what I believe. You know, I believe that everything can be improved and a better way to do it. Alright, Blue, talk to you later. Like, what do you think? Is that something that, you know, and you know, it's not gonna hurt my feeling at all. So, you know, whatever it is, let me know, so that we can improve upon it. You know, don't have to worry about how I feel about turns, like, you know, doing something like this, because I feel like right now the process is tough. The process is tough, and I know a lot of people are waiting and waiting. Another thing is, has any of you actually ordered the Journey box, did not get it yet? I'm very interested to know if anybody still have not getting there yet. Because I know I already told you guys that there's gotta be delay because the way USPS handle those packages, which I'm not too happy about it. I'm definitely not happy about it. But I wanted to find out who still haven't got theirs. Who still haven't got theirs. And now, of course, and I also do want to find out if when you got yours, did you get the sticker that's for East Coast sign and awning sticker. So you know, I need to know if no one get it, absolutely zero, or some people get it. So that's what I want to find out, you know, and that will require to know that everybody has already received theirs, to know that nobody got it, right? And I did make a post and nobody responded to it, so in terms of whether or not they received their box, except one. I think there's one person that responded to it. So I really need to know that, you know, make sure that everybody got their stuff, because no sticker. All right. Yeah, I'm very upset about that. It just bothers me. It just bothers me. And now that when I go to USPS, I just had that concern. You know, It's like, what if they open up the package again? And it seems like they open because it's paper. You know, but when I tape it up in that plastic envelope with the bubble wrap, they don't seem to open it because you can't tape it back up that easily, at least. So and oh yeah, if you receive a package that has a cardboard in there, it has to be that way, okay? It's because when the envelope is flexible, they won't let me send it out as first class parcel. They have to send it out as letter. So if you see a cardboard in there, it's because they won't allow me to send it. I had to put a cardboard in there so it's not flexible. I mean, technically it is, but they could argue that it is something fragile, but I didn't tell them it was fragile. I don't know. I have no proof of it. You know, that's the problem. I don't have an actual proof. I should have taken a picture before and after, then I can prove it. I didn't have the before picture that detailed to show them that, you know, when the package go to you guys, it was not sealed this way. I mean, in the end, you guys did get something, and something like that, a sticker, is really hard to prove. You know what I'm saying? I can prove that when I drop out the package a certain weight because they waited there, right? And if the journey box was missing, I can say the weight has discrepancy, so obviously somebody opened it, right? But something like a sticker plus tape on it, it's hard to prove. I can't prove that there's a weight difference. Do you know what I'm saying? You're talking about what, an ounce, less than 0.1 ounce of that sticker. So I don't know how to go about it. I went to complain about it. I actually went to UFP, says like, did you guys open my package to check what it is in there? And basically they say they could do that. They could check the package if the package is suspicious or something like that. So they could actually check it. And you know, I say, you know, when I send the package, I didn't mark it fragile, but my people received it, say fragile on it. They say, well, if we find out the package is fragile, we mark it fragile for you so that it doesn't get damaged. So you can't really blame them for making it fragile because they don't want to deal with the complaint of things broken rather than, you know, things open. So I don't have much ground to go on. But yeah, I really want to know that if everybody received their box so far, because I know not everybody posted the picture. I sent out what 20 hold on, 26 boxes minus 3, so 23 envelopes with the box on it, and I only see probably 5 or 6 pictures on it. So, you know, if you did receive it, you just didn't have a chance to post picture, that's fine. Just all you have to do is respond to me that either you got it or you haven't got it. That would be really helpful. I could go check the tracking number, but if you saw the tracking number, I have a whole list to go through. That would take forever. So it's much better to know that you received it and you got it, everything in there, versus me checking it's delivered, but you know, maybe they actually didn't deliver it, because you know, sometimes the tracking number is not always correct. You know, they will say they deliver it but actually deliver the next day or something like that. So I just want to make sure everybody got it, you know. My biggest issue is that I cannot replace it. That's the thing that I kind of felt insecure afterward. I didn't thought about it. Because if it's just a cigar, like a regular cigar, I can probably go out and find another of the same cigar to replace it. But something like a box and all that stuff, all the work is done to it, I can't replace it. So, you know, if you say, hey, you know, maybe if you just buy insurance, it'll be fine. No, because the insurance will not be able to replace it either. All that work, and you know, especially now the person who printing it is no longer in the group, I can't replace it. So insurance isn't gonna do any good, especially when you had to put a price on it. That's even harder. But yeah, there's got to be a way to resolve that issue, and I just want to make sure that whole thing is over before we can move on to the next one. Because I don't want to leave something so long and then 3 months later somebody come up to me and says, hey Tony, I still have not received the Journey cigar. Then that'll be a problem, because it's been 3 months. It's hard to trace things 3 months later. So, you know, I would really appreciate it if I can know like now or this week, not 3 months later. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. So that's that. So we addressed the OG. We addressed the meeting that's gonna happen. We addressed the new cigar that might end up on group buy. I'm gonna try to do that. I don't know if there's something say, hey, we can't get it to you because they're all run out, whatever, on the event, then there's nothing I can do. But if I find it, I definitely will try to get it. If there is a limited quantity, first comes first serve. So if you already say on that post says, hey, I'm in for a few, blah blah blah, I will keep you in my you know, you're only on the list for it. And you know, if I can only say, let's say if I can only get 5, first person that gets 5 is that's it. Okay, so just keep in mind, there is not, if it's something that's limited release, I don't have that ability to get more. So that's that. And then we addressed that this Saturday is gonna be the egg roll party, and we addressed that the Chinese thing hashtag. If you did post something already, I know a lot of people did, they just didn't put a hashtag on it. Go back and put a hashtag on it. It really makes it easier for me to search for those posts, because you know Facebook post goes all over the place. We addressed the swag, so that's that. Why didn't we address? I feel like there's something else that I want to address that wasn't there yet. We talk about the thing that I thought about in the car, and I'm drawing a blank because I have so many things to address. It actually already took a whole hour that we already addressed some of the stuff, but I feel like there's more. I feel like there's more. What could it be? What could it be? Oh yeah, plus Bob the Cigar guy is going on tour, so if you guys can go on the tour, meet him, that would be great. And if you can post some picture, that would be awesome. You know, because I want to meet Bob the Cigar guy. You know, he's such a cool guy. Always very inspirational to everybody. You know, he's always trying to. You know, if you guys didn't see it, he said, today I look up a dictionary for the definition of awesome, and your name was in it. That was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, I always say something nice to people. That's something about him. That's just great. So you know, he's going to multiple places. So if you're near that area, you should definitely go down and meet him. Cause I think that would be really cool to smoke with him. All right. So the next thing is, I talk about maybe talking to TNT Cigar or Cigars Daily to make one of our cigars. To release a cigar for us. Not make one of the cigar, but release a cigar for us. That I still don't know what to do with it yet. I can't tell you. I can't promise that's gonna happen because I don't know how to talk to them. Not because that I don't have the guts to talk to them. Is I don't know how that will be done. Because we're such a small quantity. You know, what are the maximum ability for us to get cigars is, and how long they can carry that, and also the store space. You know, if they carry it in store, then they need to open up a space for it, and that means some other cigar cannot be there. So I don't know how to go about that. You know, obviously my first choice was Cigars Daily. I thought about, hey, maybe I talk to Tim, and he's got plenty of unbranded cigars project that's going on. Maybe he will just be able to release a short one for us, just a small amount. But at the same time, I think that he have so much project going on. He probably have at any given time 3 or 4 different cigars going on that he want to release and whatnot, and that he have a limited space too. Because if you watch one of his live show, he actually talked about how he had to get rid of some cigars, offering to put new cigars there. Because if you went to his humidor, it's full. It's full. From wall to wall, to the middle, to the storage, is all full. There's no space for him to put a new cigar in there if he doesn't get rid of any cigars. There's no room for him to put it anywhere. So I can't really, I can't come to a conclusion and say, hey, Tim will have the capability to do something like that right now, because it's something so out of his like original business plan. So this is why I haven't asked him yet. I don't know how he will have the time to do that. You know, he's always busy. And you know, he's traveling right now, and I really don't know how that will be done. So I can't think of that. that's why I think the second best choice would be TNT Cigars. They're pretty big, right? They're backed by another company with a General Cigar or something like that. So they're backed by a big cigar company that I think they could do it. But the thing is that we don't know the owner, we don't know the manager, we don't know anything about them. So that's why I cannot, say Harrison should go talk to his boss about it, because Harrison works it, right? So that's the only path that we can get into there, or something like that. I don't know. I just don't know how that can be done. The way we did it right now to make our own group cigars are very time consuming and very internal process is all over the place. Internal process all over the place, and I don't have a better idea to do it. Hey Kat, I don't have a better idea to do it. So because obviously I'm not in the cigar industry, I don't have any connections to do that kind of stuff. I had to find here, find there, find this, find that, and see if somebody knows somebody to do it. We are still working the next big thing, the voyage. So that's still in process, and band's still being designed. I don't know how long that's gonna take, and it seems like there is back and forth on problems. Like, so the band's not having been designed yet. We decided what cigar is gonna be, but we just don't have the band, the packaging and all that stuff. Because whenever you think one thing, okay, it's like we want a band. Okay, now you're restricted by the amount that you're purchasing. So when they ask me, how many do you really need? Like, how many cigars do you want to do this project? Well, I say, well, since we did about 100 something on a $12 cigar, maybe if it's $6 cigars, we can do 200, right? So, but then if I do 200 and then you wanted more, then we're running out of bands, right? And whatever you add on is additional cost. So when I say, hey, I want to do like a box, fit 5 in there, will be fine, because a lot of people like to get fires, just 5 sticks and have some really nice thing to save as decoration or something like that. Well, that box will cost additional cost, and that also means you're unable to break them apart. So let's say if we do 50 of them with boxes, so that means 10 boxes. You had to pay for 10 boxes, and no company wants to make you 10 boxes. They will make it at some 2 arms and 1 leg prices. So that wouldn't make sense. I want this one to be cost effective, be easy, be something that we can enjoy but also be proud of. So that's why it's got to a point where I want to stay within the $6 to $7 range. But you gotta nitpick what it is. But I don't want to sacrifice the quality that we're gonna get in the design. Because if I won't pick it up to smoke it myself, it's not good enough. So that's the problem that we're facing right now on that. But we still got plenty of time before summer. So I figured that there's some time to work out that issue, and eventually that issue will be worked out. There's always ways. If there's a will, there's a way. So that's in particular that particular problem. Other than that, like I say, May I'll be very, very busy. So most likely, other than May 4th, I guarantee to come up because we're gonna smoke the Magic Toast together. I may or may not be able to make it online at all. And now the question is whether or not should I do those pre-recorded video for you guys, or should I just not do anything at all? Do you guys prefer to take some time off, or do you guys prefer to have some video to watch? That's the question. Because if I make videos, take me 3 hours to make it, and only 20 people watched it. That's a lot of work. So I'm debating on what to do about the downtime where I'm working and all that stuff. And I will still, and I have to take a few more trips to China too. And when it comes to China, it's very hard to post things on YouTube and Facebook. Alright, just so you guys know that. Even if you hop the wall, it's still very slow. It takes forever to upload anything. If you want to do live shows, pretty much impossible, right? And you gotta know different time zones. So right now over there is in the morning. Probably I just started to do something for the day, and I won't be able to do live the time that you guys wanted to do it. So I kind of had to figure out how to do that. I do have a cruise coming up, and I kind of have an idea why I want to show you guys on cruise, because I know some people are planning to go to cruise and want to go to cruise, and I've been to a few cruises, but they didn't have any idea how to smoke cigar on the cruise, and that was my goal. I want to show you guys how to smoke on the cruise. That's one of the things I want to do at least a live on, show you guys on the boat. Hopefully the internet is good enough that I can do that. If not, I'll pre-record it, I'll send it out, that kind of stuff. But I want to keep the entertainment going, keep the chatting going, keep the contents going. So I mean, if that doesn't work out, we'll force Martin and Maya to do twice amount of videos so that you got something to watch. Get Martin and Maya to do twice the video. I can only say that because Martin and Maya is not on right now. It's not on right now, so yeah. Well, is it just me, or today is like a special day for TV show or something like that? Because like, everybody's watching TV or something like that. Is today like the Game of Thrones new season today, or is that like way off? Am I way off? Is that today, or is that some other time? Another thing, Bob the Cigar Guy will do a review on the Journey cigar. He did receive a Journey. I sent one to him, so he is gonna do a review on it. So look forward to that one. I think it's gonna come out in the next few days. He said he will do a review on it right away, so make sure to keep eye on the Bob the Cigar Guy's review on the Journey cigar and see what he said about it, because I think everybody liked the Journey cigar. Did you guys not like the Journey cigar? Because I actually love it. When I reordered them, I smoked it so fast I don't have it anymore. I have like one left. But when you guys smoked the Journey cigar, did you think that is up to par for you guys? Do you like the selection, that what I selected for you guys? So far I see a lot of positive feedback on that particular cigar. But if you did not like that cigar, you let me know. You let me know that you don't like that particular flavor and stuff like that. Next time when we choose something else, I'll choose something different, because that particular cigar suits my palate. It's got the flavor I like. It's very smooth. It's very complex. So I liked it a lot, and I hope that people who actually smoked it also liked it. And that's the one I use it as the basis. I use it as the basis of what I think our next few cigars gotta be like, right? If we gotta make some cigar for our group members, the cigar has to be at least that good, or close to that. If it's something that's bad, then there's no point to do it, right? Because nobody's gonna smoke it. If you can't smoke it, I don't know. So yeah, that's why I give you guys chances to get extras that's not packaged. So because I know that some people who smoked it enjoyed it and wanted more. I think Damon, you have the box, right? So once you opened it, yeah, you can't put it back. That's the problem with that, right? Because I want to make it so that it's like, either you keep it sealed forever, or you open it up somewhat, or you smoke it. There's three choices to it. So once you smoked it, you could eventually get refills to put it back in the tube, but it wouldn't be the same. Once you open it, you open it. But yeah, I actually like the way it looks. I did not have a set for myself yet. I probably have to do a set for myself just to keep somewhere on my display, so that something to remember of the whole journey of doing it. That took a while. That whole project took what, months? Did it take months? It took months, right? It took from the beginning. I think it was that end of January, February, to now that that just got all got sent out. That took months. That's a long time. So I want something to remember. I mean, obviously, I already have a scar to remember with. And in the future, it's like, Daddy, how do you get this scar? Well, son, when you have to stamp like 26 boxes of wax, you are bound to burn yourself at one time or another. And that's when one drip, like literally one drip of wax on it, burned the hell out of my hand. That's that hot. So that's a scar that I'll forever remember how that scar came from. So that's that with the journey, when the whole ordeal on this. So that we have a lot of things that we finished and accomplished. Now I'm just putting on the side in a drawer and not taking out anymore. Part of the the group history, obviously, and hopefully in 10 years later we'll be talking about this again. Like, do you remember that Journey cigar? That was good, right? By then that cigar will be discontinued, and they'll be like, I remember that cigar was good, and I still have one in the tube. I'm gonna smoke it. That will be a really cool experience. Yeah, I told you the only way to get it apart is you either ruin it or cut it. That's the only way to do it. I'm very glad that I actually got the wax seal, because I think that wax seal is super cool. Wax seal is super cool, and I like doing it. So you guys don't know, but the money order that I sent to Bob, all in one envelope, and the back of the envelope was sealed with our wax seal. So even though he didn't post it out or talk about it, that's how it was packaged to him. So I think that he's mind blown about it when he saw it. So even though I don't think I can do it to every single letter, because those wax, number one, it takes forever to melt. It takes a long time to melt. Number two, the wax are costly. Those wax, it takes to seal 25 boxes. It took 300 pellets of wax. 300 tiny pellets of wax. 300. So you can imagine, that's a lot of wax. A lot of, it costs a lot of money. So I don't think I can keep doing that every time. To do the tubes, that I use a little bit more than 400 pellets to do the tubes, because the tube, it needs a lot. It needs a lot to just dip it in, it comes out, and whatever that drips down is wasted. I had to use a lot. Now I kind of have full respect for Maker's Mark, because it's a lot of work. I mean, I saw the video of them doing it in the factory. They did it very easily because they have a pool right there. They take the bottle and they go it in and put it on there. It's not the same when you're doing it on a tube, because now I'm using a really shallow plate. I had to turn the whole tube a few times to make sure to get the whole plate done, and then I have to wait and not dry too much, because unlike the bottle, they allow it to dry to whatever shape they want. I can't do that, because if I allow it to drip whatever they want, eventually it gets to my hand. So you'll just drip too much. Oh no, come back again, and allow it drip again, and then I'll come back again, and then stamp. Because if too much wax, it'll go on my hand, it'll go on the sticker, it'll go on the whole decoration of it. If too little, it won't seal. Oh, that was crazy amount of work that I don't even know how to describe it. So when I saw how they did it in TV, it was easy and easy and easy. That was understatement. Until you had to do it yourself, totally different story. Because not only the wax is temperamental. If you heat it too much, there's an air bubble in there. So when you do it, you gotta get bubbles that pops everywhere. So when you stamp on it, you're missing chunks. Literally chunks, because there's air bubble in there. So you can't heat it too much. So that means you can't do too little wax in there. You cannot do too much, because they won't melt until it's really high temperature. That was whole another story. That's what am I doing with it? You know, I was, when I first set it up, I was excited. When I start doing it, I was like, oh my God, what did I brought to myself? And after the tube, right? Because I was thinking to seal the box too. By the end of the tube, I was like, Tony, are you sure you want to seal the box too? Are you sure you want to seal the box too? But in the end, I still did it because I think that, you know, if it's worth doing it, you know, if we already went through all that trouble, might as well do it. Might as well do it. So that's why I did it at the end. But then after I did it, it's like, oh, that looks so good. It's a shame that you had to destroy it just to open it, you know? But that's kind of the idea of a seal, right? I wish I can make, you know, I wish I know a manufacturer that can make a box that's perfectly fit the you know, the cigar exactly. You know, just, you know, the cigar puts in there, it will not be changed, it will not shift, it will not move. That would be perfect kind of box. I just don't know anybody that does that. It would be nice if I know that. So if you do know some woodworker that's willing to make like 145 boxes for cigars that we make, let me know. Let me know. We'll see. Maybe we can do that for one of our cigars to have a perfectly beautiful box. And yeah, I think that's a long shot. I think that's a long shot. That's a long shot. So that's those. And I want to kind of address about the OG numbers too. So now you guys already got the OG numbers, and I want us to kind of summarize why we end up doing the OG numbers, because I thought about the future of our club, the future of our group. The future of our group, eventually some of us will leave. Alright, and I can tell you that people like to take time off too, and who knows, maybe Facebook one day will just disappear, bankrupt or whatever. So I wanted to keep those numbers out there so that we always remember the people that started this, right? Even if nobody remember in the future, that number will be there to remember who started these, right? Everybody did. And obviously the reason I use the post is because I want everybody to sign it. If you're not active enough to sign that after that many weeks and 5-6 different reminders, even try to use a cat to get you guys to go in there to sign it, then you're not that active, and really you're not the blood and bone, as we said it, because you're not there to contributing you in the group, right? So and obviously participation is not mandatory. You're in the group, but I wanted to recognize the people who does, and you know, like I want to give the benefit of the doubt that people are busy, so they don't see certain things, they didn't have a chance to take a look at it, they were working all the time, so they didn't see the post either. So we got to our point where we already have 94 people that signed. So I feel like, you know, it's time to post it out and then put it out there. And obviously I'll put that in the rule in the future. Any group changing things that require voting, we will only allow the OG to vote it. All right, the OG will vote the direction where the if anything that's got to change the group per se, you know, and that way we don't forget who, you know, who's in it, you know. And also, in case of that we need more moderators, I want the moderator to be one of the OGs, people whose heart is in building this community, who started with this particular group because we have a common belief of what kind of group we want to be, right? Not somebody that's new, that did not have the same belief, that joined because our group was cool, or because you know, somebody invited them. I wanted so that the people who decided the group and had the same idealistic common decision that we are making, like, you know, this is the group that we want. to be the person that's moderating it. So if you know, if we gotta add moderator, which I am thinking to add another one because Chris is going through a lot of issues. So it would be nice if somebody can share the burden with me, rather than just me looking through all the posts. So I might add another one just in case, which will be one of the group OGs, right? Because if you're OG and you sign in, that means you look enough posts that can share the burden with me to read through those questionable posts, right? I didn't delete a lot of posts so far. I probably deleted 5 or 6 posts total. So you know, starting from when we started to now, there's only 5 or 6 posts that were deleted, and most likely it's because of the links. And that wasn't a big deal, but you know, having another person to be able to do that and saved me a lot of trouble, right? And in the future, there's gonna be one day where either I can no longer do this anymore, or my lifestyle changed, or for whatever reason that I get diseased, sick, whatever. You need another person to continue this group to go, you know. Then we'll allow the OG to vote another person in. That's part of the OG. So that's, you know, all that stuff is to set up for the future, you know, setting things up for the future so that we don't have run into an issue of no leadership of some sort, you know. You know, one of the biggest thing I think that for a group to function in a good shape is to have constant leadership. Constant direction. Not you know, leadership might be the too narcissistic word. So direction is probably the better word for it. It's someone that can you know, point a direction instead of questioning where we're going. Let's point a direction where we're going, and that's how I think the group can continue in a good vibe, happy, you know, content driven group. So you know, that's setting out for the future so that we don't have to worry about that. At least something happens, one of the moderator be coming down, set up a group with all the OGs in there, invite all the OGs to come in, and then just basically say, hey, we need a new leader, let's vote. So I think that's got to be, you know, very important part for the future as a safety measure. It's a safety measure because, you know, you never know, right? And that might be more useful because, you know, when I'm traveling, when I'm doing busy stuff, when I'm doing work, I probably won't be there to be able to moderate the group. So having the set of people, the original 100 people, to look after the group, it makes me feel secure. It makes me feel confident that the group can continue and go the right direction. So that's why, you know, we're going the OG. But it's most importantly, not having the OG number, we can make those really cool swag with the numbers on it. So, gotta get that done. Woo! That's a lot of words just came out of my mouth. So yeah. I guess Joseph's issue is quite big in regards to somebody stealing his account. That's kind of weird. I mean, have you guys got your account stolen before for any social media? I don't particularly have that issue. I never had somebody stolen my social media account before. So, you know, to hear that somebody stole his account is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Did you guys have your social media account stolen before? Let me know. Why I look down to see if I can find his post again to see if the name changed. All his posts are gone. I think there's some issues. Let me search for it. Let's see. In the followers. Admire, I think it's called. Admire. Oh yeah, it's gone. His account is not there anymore. That's weird. That's weird. for someone to just, you know, the password just all of a sudden gets hacked in. You know, usually you know, your account had to be out there enough for people to steal it, right? It's just it makes me wonder how that's how they found his account and say, hey, let's take this account, because you know, his account is relatively new. It's not that much things in it. I could imagine people do steal accounts for, you know, purposes like you know how you can buy Instagram followers. When you buy Instagram followers, they use like a stolen account to do it. But like they usually use a stolen account that doesn't have much activity to it, and he's quite active on it. So I don't know how, you know, that come about, because somebody have to have the password, and somebody have to have, you know, good access and understanding that, you know, to it. I did question a little bit way back, because his account was posting stuff like giveaways, but then he did give away for our group too, so I didn't put too much attention on it. So hopefully that's not related. I really hope that it wasn't related. But then again, maybe it will be easier if we just create a new account and we can just easily push it back up, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. Internet world nowadays is just so convenient yet so dangerous. It's hard to protect yourself in an environment where, now that I think about it, it's kind of funny. You know why? Because Joe works as IT for security, right? Shouldn't his password be like super hard to crack? Come on. Yeah, but that's concerning. That's concerning. So if my account's ever hacked, you know, if this guy sitting here is no longer Asian, you know, my account's hacked. Hey, you're not soy sauce assassin. You're soy sauce Indian food. Yeah. Usually I think that people's things get hacked because they go to watch porn sites and stuff like that. They use the same password. Or, you know, they went to download something for free and they use the same password. You know, when you register a website, you use your email. And then you set a password. And if you have the same password everywhere, what they do is they'll Google your email and they'll find whatever the thing that you're registering and try on all of them that's registered to see which one they can go in. Dark web, that's the way it is. I'm surprised that people talk about dark web so much nowadays, because dark web is just, there's nothing good in there. There is nothing good in dark web. If you ever tried dark web before, if you've ever been into a dark web before, other than gore, violent, illegal things that you can buy, there's nothing else. Not much stuff. Oh yeah, conspiracy too. You can find a lot of conspiracy documents there. So, you know, you go into the website, you randomly search the search engine. You gotta find file that you can download that's very questionable. You gotta find websites that literally has nothing but gore, all those criminal stuff that's being recorded. I can tell you that when I watch it, I feel like to vomit. That's how disgusting it is. It's literally those things that you wonder why people record it. It's like, is there a reason why you keep evidence of you doing crime? But it's all in third world country though. I haven't seen one that's in, you know, developed countries. It's all in third world country where drug cartels are in it. So, all right, Damon, talk to you later. So, you know, then you have things that you can buy that's questionable. So you can, if you go on YouTube, you'll find those people that bought dark white boxes, which they just toss everything in there and you buy it. I don't understand why anybody will buy it whatsoever. Why do you want to buy things that could potentially be point to a crime and not something that you want to keep? And they're not cheap either. And you had to buy Bitcoin to buy them. And then the biggest thing is to buy accounts. people do go online and just buy a list of accounts. So when a website go down, they no longer use the website anymore. You can actually buy the data file that's on that. And what happens is you will have all the people's email, all the people's name, and all the password that's associated with it. And if they use credit card, all the credit card number will be on there. Granted, most of them will be expired by then. So I don't understand why people do it. Why like, you know, there is not a good reason why a dark web should exist. You know, it should be something that be shut down at all, because most people is not there. You know, there in dark web there's YouTube. You can access YouTube from the dark web. Had the craziest stuff on there. So not the best thing to watch though. Not the best thing to watch. So yeah, tonight's episode basically turned into an announcement episode with all those things that I want to announce and all that stuff, rather than talking about stuff. And you know, obviously, I feel like everybody's somewhat busy today. We have the viewers, but not much interaction on the chat room. So you know, everybody's somewhat busy, which is okay. I mean, once in a while we do need to kind of summarize all the information that we have. Unfortunately, this gold cigar did not smoke. It didn't want to smoke, so. Then I'll have to keep it as a memorabilia of some sort, you know. So yeah, Tim, if you ever watch this, yeah, the gold one doesn't work. So unfortunately that didn't work, and I didn't want to light up another one because it wouldn't make sense, because we already reviewed a Filthy Viking before. We all know the Filthy Viking is good, but with the gold it tastes like kind of metallic, kind of not that pleasant to smoke, and then it doesn't want to stay lit, so you know, we cannot continue. And that's why the reason I went to smoke a Davidoff Nicaraguan, because the flavor is good. That kind of covers up that taste. So the taste wasn't as pungent as one of those butter cigar, soy sauce cigar, which it stays in there, right? It kind of stayed, but after I smoked the cigar, it kind of went away, which is good. It's all good. So what's going on tonight then? This became the non-review review. I summarized that we cannot smoke the gold one, so that's a flop. And we summarize all the things that's going on with our group. And I am trying to be good to not smoke anything cool for the night, so that we can smoke something cool by Saturday. All right. So I think tonight we'll end here, 10 minutes earlier, so that I get some time to kind of relax my bone and all that stuff. Eat some ibuprofen because I'm super sore. And I'll just continue to you know, follow up on all the things that I addressed today, and look forward to Saturday. Saturday is gonna be it. Saturday is gonna be it. Saturday is gonna be fun. So I'll see you guys on Saturday, and I'll probably see you guys on Facebook here and there in the next couple of days, if something else comes up. All right. So stay saucy. Have a good night. Have a great Wednesday, even though tonight's just a tad earlier. But, you know, Cat's not complaining, so we're good. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you guys soon, and I'll see you guys on Facebook. And those people who's watching good TV show, I hope you enjoyed it too. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Jay Quick, it was hiding, huh? Have a good night. Be saucy.